As you get started with transformations, there's some important vocabulary you should know. When we're talking about the shapes, we have to identify what our original image is and what our new one is. Our original is called the pre-image. And the new one is called the image. Just like how you came before your image in the mirror, the pre-image comes before the image. When we're looking at our triangles on the right side, the original or the pre-image is labeled A, B, C with regular letters. And the image, the new one, is labeled A prime, B prime, C prime. Those little apostrophes we say like prime. And that's how we identify which image was the original and which one was the new one. So if we were to take this and apply it to some other things, if you like Transformers, here's a way to write Optimus Prime. And if you want free shipping, here's your Amazon Prime. But basically that little apostrophe means it's the new, it's the image. If we were to move it again, then we could put two apostrophes, and I call that double prime. A double prime, B double prime, C double prime. Before you do any of the future problems where you have to talk about how much something was moved, you're going to want to identify which was your pre-image and which was your image. So we have some examples. In our trapezoids, L, M, and O is our pre-image. That's the original. And L prime, M prime, N prime, O prime is our image, the new shape. So we know that this shape started out on top and then was reflected to the bottom. In our middle graph, it does not have accurate labeling, so we actually don't know which one came first. Sometimes you'll get problems like this and you'll have to read it really carefully that says what transformation was done from the red shape to get the blue shape. But it's a little easier to tell when you have the primes there. On this third example, we have the labels there. So our red triangle went to our blue triangle. The red triangle is the pre-image. And the blue triangle is the image. And this obviously is a dilation, but in the future, you're going to have to tell what type of dilation it was. This one goes from small to big, so it's stretching, it's a stretch. And it gets twice as big. So you're going to have to choose whether it gets twice as big or half as big. And knowing which is the pre-image and which is the image is going to help you do that. I'll do one more over here. This shape PQRS is the pre-image. And this one, P prime, Q prime, R prime, S prime, is the image. So this is a rotation, and it's moving from this left quadrant to this right quadrant. We talk about whether or not something is clockwise or counterclockwise. Because this moves the other direction than a clock moves, this is moving counterclockwise. So it's super important to identify which is the pre-image and which is the image, because that will change the direction. If the right shape were the pre-image, then it would change which direction it was moving. So always, always, always think which one came first, which one's the pre-image as you're doing your assignments.